Hare Krishna. So we'll be covering chapter 11 and 12 of Bhagavad Gita today. So let's start the class with Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavat Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Surana Madhya Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadasa Adhyayiniim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavat Gite Bhavadeshiniim Namostute Vyasa Vishal Buddhe Fullarvindaya Tapatra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Tailapurna Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipa Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gītāmritam Duhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dukta Gopalanandana Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Duktam Gītāmritam Mahat Vasudevam Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Okay, so let's start chapter 11. Arjuna said, "Thanks to the most profound words of spiritual wisdom that you have spoken out of kindness to me, this delusion of mine has entirely disappeared. For Krishna, I have heard from you in detail an account of the evolution and dissolution of beings and also your immortal glory. Lord, you are precisely what you declare yourself to be, but I long to see your divine form possessed of wisdom, glory, energy, strength, valor, effulgence, O Purushottama, the Supreme Being." So Arjuna is requesting Krishna that he wants to see the all-encompassing form of Krishna, which includes everything: the form, the formless, the knowledge, the glory, energy, strength, basically everything that this creation possesses. Krishna, if you think that it can be seen by me, then, O Lord of Yoga, reveal to me your imperishable form. So one should be worthy to see the form, not anyone and everyone can see that. So Sri Bhagwan said, "Arjuna, behold my manifold, multifarious divine forms of various colors and shapes in their hundreds and thousands. Behold in me, Arjuna, the 12 sons of Aditi, the 8 Vasus, the 11 Rudras, the 2 Ashwini Kumaras, the 49 Maruts, and witness many more wonderful, never seen before." So these are all divine beings, 12 sons of Aditi, which includes Vishnu, which is the preserver deity. Then there are many other divine beings in the 12 sons of Aditi. One of them is Varuna, which is the god of the ocean. The 8 Vasus. 8 Vasus are also categorized as very high forms of demigods. Bhishma Pitama in Mahabharata, who is the great grand uncle of Arjuna, was considered to be one of the Vasus in his previous lifetime. The 11 Rudras, Lord Shiva is one of the Rudras. The 2 Ashwini Kumaras, these are the physicians of gods, the doctors. And 49 Maruts. Maruts are the wind gods. Arjuna, behold, as concentrated within this body of mine, the entire creation consisting of both the moving and unmoving objects, and whatever else you desire to see. But surely you cannot see me with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore, I vouchsafe to you the divine eye. With this, you behold my divine power of yoga. So, Krishna is saying that the physical eyes are not enough to see the divine form of the Lord. So, Krishna gives the divine eyes to Arjuna in order for him to see the divine form of the Supreme Lord. Sanjaya said, Sanjaya, if you remember, is the court servant of Dhritarashtra, who is the father of Kauravas. So he is narrating the entire event to Dhritarashtra. Sanjaya said, my lord, having spoken thus, Sri Krishna, the supreme master of yoga, forthwith revealed to Arjuna his supremely glorious divine form. Arjuna saw the supreme deity possessing many mouths and eyes, presenting many a wonderful sight, decked with many divine ornaments, wielding many uplifted divine weapons, wearing divine garlands and vestments, anointed all over with divine fragrances, full of all wonders, infinite and having faces on all sides. Sanjay is describing the form of Krishna. If there be the effulgence of 1,000 suns bursting forth all at once in the heavens, even that would hardly approach the splendor of the mighty Lord. Concentrated at one place in the person of that supreme deity, Arjuna then beheld the whole universe within its manifold divisions. Then Arjuna, full of wonder and with the hair standing on end, reverentially bowed his head to the divine Lord and with folded hands addressed him thus: Lord, I behold within your body all gods and hosts of different beings, Brahma throned on his lotus seat, Shiva and all rishis and celestial serpents. O Lord of the universe, I see you endowed with numerous arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes, and having innumerable forms extended on all sides. O Lord, manifested in the form of the universe, I see neither your beginning nor middle nor even your end. I see you endowed with diadem, club, and discus, a mass of splendor glowing all around, having the brilliance of a blazing fire and the sun, hard to gaze at and immeasurable on all sides. So Arjuna is describing the grandeur of Krishna's form, which is popularly known as Virat Roop in Hindi. Virat Roop means extremely large and grand form of the god. You are the supreme, indestructible, worthy of being known. You are the ultimate refuge of this universe. You are again the protector of the ageless dharma, which is the rightful law and order. I consider you to be the eternal, imperishable being. I see you without beginning, middle, or end, possessing unlimited prowess and endowed with numberless arms, having the moon and the sun for your eyes, and blazing fire for your mouth, and scorching this universe by your radiance. Yonder space between heaven and earth and all the quarters are entirely filled by you alone. Seeing this transcendent, dreadful form of yours, O soul of the universe, all the three worlds feel greatly perturbed or fearful. Yonder hosts of gods are entering you, some with palms joined out of fear are recounting your names and glories. Multitudes of Maharishis, which are the sages, and Siddhas, which are the established beings, saying, let there be peace, are extolling you by means of excellent hymns. The 11 Rudras, 12 Adityas, 8 Vasus, Sadhyas, Vishwadevas, 2 Ashwini Kumars, 49 Maruts, all these are divine beings, as well as the mains and multitudes of Gandharvas, Yakshas, Asuras, Siddhas, different forms of beings in the universe. All these gaze upon you in amazement. Lord, seeing this stupendous and dreadful form of yours, possessing numerous mouths and eyes, many arms, thighs and feet, many bellies and many teeth, the worlds are terror struck, so am I. So Arjuna is saying, though this is a splendor form of yours, but even Arjuna is terrified by seeing the form because it's so huge, so grand. Not everyone has the capacity to behold such a form. Lord, seeing your form reaching the heavens, effulgent, multicolored, having its mouth wide open and possessing large flaming eyes, I, with my inmost self frightened, have lost self control and find no peace. So Arjuna is saying that he's a little out of control having seen the form because it's a blast of energy, and Arjuna, who is a great warrior, friend of Krishna, is unable to behold that form. So, let alone small beings like us, if we even have a glimpse of the Supreme Lord, we will not be able to hold ourselves. It's just the divine mercy of the Lord which gives us the power to behold Him, and thus we can have a look at Him if we are so lucky. Seeing your faces frightful of on account of teeth therein and blazing like the fire at the time of universal destruction, I am utterly bewildered and find no happiness. Therefore, have mercy on me, O Lord of celestials, O abode of the universe. All those sons of Dhritarashtra, the Kauravas, the opposing army who Arjuna is fighting, with hosts of kings are entering you. Bhishma, Drona, Karna, with the principal warriors on our side as well, are rushing headlong into your fearful mouths, looking all the more terrible on account of the teeth. Some are seen stuck up in the gaps between your teeth with their heads crushed. So Arjuna is seeing this all at once, the past, present, future. He's seeing the consequence of the war, that all the warriors who are about to die are entering the Lord's mouth. Even on the side of Arjuna, he's seeing some warriors who are about to die at the hands of the Lord himself. As the myriad streams of rivers rush towards the sea alone, so do those warriors of the mortal world enter your flaming mouth. As moth rush with great speed into the blazing fire for extinction out of infatuation, even so, all these people are with great rapidity entering your mouths to meet their doom or fate, devouring all the worlds through your flaming mouths and licking them on all sides. O Lord Vishnu, your fiery rays fill the whole universe with their fierce radiance and are scorching it. Bhagavad Gita is such a simple book to read that there's not much to explain. Just Arjuna is describing the forms of Krishna, which makes our lives simpler. We just have to narrate it, and that's all. Tell me who you are with a form so terrible. My obeisance to you, O best of gods, be kind to me. I wish to know you, the primal being in particular, for I know not what you intend to do. So Arjuna is a little amazed, curious, confused that who is this divine being in front of him. So Sri Bhagwan said, I am the mighty Kal. Kal means time, eternal time, the destroyer of the worlds. I am out of I am out to exterminate these people. Even without you, all those warriors arrayed in the enemy's camp shall die. Krishna is saying that I don't even need you for killing these people and establishing dharma. Even without you, all these warriors will die. He will make sure of that. Therefore, you do arise and win glory, conquering foes, enjoy the affluent kingdom. These warriors stand already slain by me. Be you only an instrument, Arjuna. So Krishna is saying that you have already won the war. Krishna has made sure about that. So he's just asking Arjuna to stand up and claim his glory, rule over the kingdom, and be an instrument of the divine Supreme Lord. Do kill Drona and Bhishma and Jayadratha and Karna and other brave warriors who already stand killed by me. Fear not, Fight and you will surely conquer the enemies in the war. So he's just assuring him, confirming that the war has already been won. You just have to play your part and Krishna will do the rest. Sanjaya said, hearing these words of Bhagwan Keshava, Arjuna trembling bowed to him with joined palms and bowing again in extreme terror spoke to Sri Krishna in faltering accents. Arjuna said, Lord, well, it is the universe exalts and filled with love by chanting your names, virtues, and glory. Terrified Rakshasas are fleeing in all directions, and all the hosts of Siddhas are bowing to you. So he's seeing multitudes of beings. Some are loving him, some are chanting his name, some are bowing down to him, which are the beings of good category. And there are these Rakshasas or demonic beings who are fleeing in all directions out of fear of the divine being, divine Lord. O great soul, why should they not bow to you, who are the progenitor of Brahma himself? Brahma is the creator of this universe and the greatest of the great. O infinite, O Lord of celestials, O abode of the universe, you are that which is existent, that which is non existent, and also that which is beyond both, was the indestructible Brahma. So Arjuna is saying that Krishna, you are that which exists, that which does not exist, and that which is beyond both, which exist and do not exist. Basically, he's describing the omnipotency of the Lord. You are the primal deity, the most ancient person. You are the ultimate resort of this universe. You are both the knower and the knowable and the highest abode. It is you who pervade the universe, O one assuming endless forms. You are Vayu. Vayu is the wind god. Yama, the god of death. Agni, god of fire. Varuna, god of water. Moon. Brahma, who is the lord of this creation. The father of Brahma himself, the one from whom Brahma is born. Hail, hail to you 1,000 times. Salutations, repeated salutations to you once again. O Lord of infinite prowess, my salutations to you from the front and from behind. O soul of all, my obeisance to you from all sides indeed. You who possess infinite might, pervade all, therefore you are all. The way in which I have importunately called you either through intimacy or thoughtlessly, O Krishna, O Yadava, O comrade, and so on, unaware of the greatness of yours, and thinking you only to be a friend, and the way in which you, O Achyuta, the infallible, have been slighted by me in jest while at play, reposing, sitting, or at meals, either alone or even in the presence of others. For all that, O immeasurable Lord, I crave forgiveness from you. So Arjuna is saying this in a very sweet way that by mistake, if I have disregarded you or disrespected you while we were friends or in the company of other people. So I just ask for your forgiveness because I didn't know the multitude of your diversity and the grandeur of your form. So that is why Arjuna is asking for forgiveness from Krishna if by mistake he has disregarded him as a friend. But Krishna doesn't mind that. Krishna, in fact, enjoys the abuses more than the praises because he is like that. He just asks for love and nothing else. So you can call him anything in love and he won't mind, I'm sure of that. You are the father of this moving and unmoving creation, the greatest teacher worthy of adoration. O Lord of incomparable might, in all the three worlds there is none else even equal to you. How then can anyone be greater than you? Therefore, Lord, prostrating my body at your feet and bowing low, I seek to propitiate you, the ruler of all and worthy of all praise. It behoves you to bear with me, even as a father bears with his son, a friend with his friend, and a husband with his beloved spouse. So he's just prostrating in front of Krishna out of respect. Having seen your wondrous form, which was never seen before, I feel transported with joy. At the same time, my mind is tormented with fear. Pray, reveal to me that divine form, the form of Vishnu with four arms, O Lord of celestials, O abode of the universe, be gracious. So he's asking Krishna to come back in his original form, or the four armed forms, which is that of Vishnu. I wish to see you adorned in the same way with a diadem on the head and holding a mace and a discus in two of your hands, O Lord with thousand arms, O universal being, appear again in the same four armed form. To which Krishna says, Arjuna, pleased with you, I have shown you through my power of yoga the supreme, effulgent, primal, and infinite cosmic form which has never been seen before by anyone other than you. So Krishna is saying that for the first time he is revealing this form to Arjuna, which no one else has seen. Arjuna, in this mortal world, I cannot be seen in this form by anyone other than you, either through the study of the Vedas or by rituals or again through gifts, actions, or austere penances. So Krishna is saying that no matter whatever anyone does, they will still not be eligible to see the form which Krishna has shown to Arjuna. It is solely the will of the Lord uh, whether he chooses to show the form or not. Seeing such a dreadful form of mine as this, do not be perturbed or perplexed with a fearless and tranquil mind. Behold once again the same four armed form of mine bearing the conch, discus, mace, and lotus. So Sanjay says, having spoken thus to Arjuna, Bhagwan Vasudeva again revealed to him his own four-armed form, and then assuming a genial form, the high-souled Sri Krishna consoled the frightened Arjuna. So Krishna comes back in his original form and consoles Arjuna, who is terrified as well as joyful. Krishna, seeing this gentle human form of yours, I have regained my composure and am my own self again. Arjuna says this. To which Krishna replies, this form of mine, which you have just seen, he's talking about the four armed form, is exceedingly difficult to behold. Even the gods are always eager to see this form. Krishna is saying that it's very difficult to meditate upon this four armed form. Even the gods crave to see this form of his. Neither by the study of Vedas, nor by penance, nor by charity, nor by rituals can I be seen in this form as you have seen me. So he is very clearly saying that no matter whatever extreme penance you do, whatever charity, whatever rituals you do, it is not easy for anyone to behold the form which Krishna is showing to Arjuna out of his love for his devotee. To which he continues. Through single minded devotion, however, I can be seen in this form with four arms, nay, known in essence and even entered into, O valiant Arjuna. So he is striking down all other practices, all other methods by which one can approach the Lord in the extremely effulgent form. He's just pinpointing to single minded devotion and nothing else, which will work in entering this arena of this beautiful form of the Lord. So, Krishna is closing this chapter by saying, Arjuna, he who performs all his duties for my sake, depends on me, is devoted to me, has no attachment, and is free from malice towards all beings, reaches me. So he's just listing down the criteria for one soul to reach God. He's saying that someone who performs all their duties for the sake of the Lord and without any expectation of reward, someone who depends on the Lord entirely and no one else in the world, is devoted to the Lord, has no attachment to anyone else apart from God, is free from malice towards all beings, that one can reach God. So, with this, we end the chapter 11, which was called the Yoga of the Vision of the Universal Form. So, we'll come to chapter 12 now. So, chapter 12 is a rather small one, 11 was a little lengthy. Let's start with chapter 12. Arjuna said, the devotee is exclusively and constantly devoted to you in the manner stated earlier, adore you as possessed of form and attributes. And those who adore as the supreme reality, only the indestructible, unmanifest Brahma, of these two types of worshippers, who are the best knowers of yoga. So there's a common debate in India whether the god has form, which is idol worship, or the god is unmanifest without form, which is practiced by a certain set of people as well. So Arjuna is asking Krishna that who knows yoga better, who is a better yogi, who is a better spiritual seeker, the one who is worshipping God in the manifest form with form, attributes, and everything, or the one who worships God in the unmanifest form. So let's see what Krishna has to say. Sri Bhagwan said, I consider them to be the best yogis who, endowed with supreme faith and ever united through meditation with me, worship me with their mind centered on me. So Krishna is saying that those who worship him, he considered them to be best yogis. Those, however, who fully controlling all their senses and even minded towards all and devoted to the welfare of all beings, constantly adore as their very self, unthinkable, omnipresent, indestructible, indefinable, eternal, immovable, unmanifest, and changeless Brahma, they too come to me. So he's saying that the first ones who are worshipping Krishna, he considers them to be the best yogis, but he's saying that the other ones who follow the path of unmanifest Brahman, they also come to Krishna only. Of course, the strain is greater for those who have their mind attached to the unmanifest, as attunement with unmanifest is attained with difficulty by the body conscious people. So it's a very common sense that we have a form ourselves, we have this body, we have a mind, which is somewhat a manifest form of creation. So if someone is trying to approach the ultimate divinity by way of unmanifest, so that one will have a conflict or a confusion because they themselves possess a manifest form and they are trying to conceive God as unmanifest. So they will have more difficulty approaching God, is what Krishna is saying. On the other hand, those depending exclusively on me and surrendering all actions to me, worship me, constantly meditating on me with single minded devotion, them, Arjuna, I speedily deliver from the ocean of birth and death. their mind being fixed on me. On the other hand, he's saying those who are worshipping Krishna with devotion, he will very quickly deliver them from this cycle of birth and death. Therefore, fix your mind on me and establish your intellect in me alone. Thereafter, you will abide solely in me. There is no doubt about it. If you cannot steadily fix the mind on me, then seek to attain me through the yoga of practice. So, the best thing is to fix your mind on the Lord, and there's nothing better than that. But if one cannot steadily fix their mind on God, alternatively, what they can do is they can practice that. If you are unequal even to the pursuit of such practice, even if you are not able to practice fixing your mind on the Lord, then the third best option is to be intent to work for the Lord. So, if devotion is not possible for you, then what you can do is you can work for the cause of Lord, which is without the expectation of reward. You shall attain perfection even by performing actions for my sake. If taking recourse to the yoga of my realization, you are unable even to do this, then subduing your mind and intellect, relinquish the fruit of all action. Okay, even if you're not able to work for the sake of the Lord, like you're not able to dedicate all your action to God, then just do this, that whatever you do not expect the reward of your actions. Whatever you do not expect the fruit of your actions, the result of your effort. Knowledge is better than practice. Without discernment, meditation on God is superior to knowledge, and renunciation of the fruit of action is even superior to meditation. For peace immediately follows renunciation. He who is free from malice towards all beings, friendly and compassionate, and free from feelings of I and mine, balanced in joy and sorrow, forgiving by nature, ever contented, mentally united with me, who has subdued his mind, senses, and body, has a firm resolve and surrendered his mind and reason to me, that devotee of mine is dear to me. He who is not a source of annoyance to his fellow creatures, who in his turn does not feel vexed with his fellow creatures, who is free from delight and envy, irritation and fear, is dear to me. He who expects nothing, both internally and externally pure, is wise and impartial, and has risen above all distractions, and who renounces the sense of doership in all undertakings, such a devotee is dear to me. He who neither rejoices, nor hates, nor grieves, nor desires, and who renounces both good and evil actions, is full of devotion, is dear to me. He who deals equally with friend and foe, and is the same in honor and ignominy, who is ignominy is when you are disrespected or disregarded, who is alike in heat and cold, pleasure and pain, other contrary experiences, free from attachment. He who takes praise and reproach alike is given to contemplation and is contented with any means of subsistence, entertaining no sense of ownership and attachment in respect of his dwelling place, and is full of devotion to me, that person is dear to me. Krishna is saying that you don't have a sense of possession of things, that this house belongs to you, You are not attached to anything like your relatives, family members, your partners, etc. And if you are alike in uh, joy as well as sorrow, then you are dear to the Lord. Those devotees, however, who partake in a disinterested way of this nectar of pious wisdom set forth above, endowed with faith and solely devoted to me, they are extremely dear to me. So, before this, Krishna was mentioning the set of beings who are dear to him, but he has a special mention for those people who are disinterested in the result of what they are doing and who have sole devotion to Krishna, like who are not concerned about anything else except for the Lord, they are extremely dear to the Lord. So, this brings us to the end of chapter 12, which was called the Yoga of Devotion. So, with this, we are done with Samkhya Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga chapters, more or less. Although all the four yogas are present across the 18 chapters, but broadly speaking, we are left with Gyan Yoga part of the Gita, which is chapter 13 to 18, and we have covered Bhakti Yoga in this chapter 12. So, thank you very much. We'll close the class with a closing prayer. Om Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardanam urvarukmiva bandhanat mrityur mukshir mamrita. Hare Krishna.